And Angel Reese, after injuring her wrist last season, getting surgery on her injured wrist, has now injured her wrist again. And
Angel Reese left the court in tears, clutching her wrist, and now there's serious doubt about whether she'll be ready for the start of next season. She's already undergone surgery on the same wrist and is now wearing a brace on her shooting hand. Last season, her month-long absence completely transformed the team's strategy and performance. With the Skies scheduled to face tough opponents like the Fever and Lynx in early games next season, Reese's potential absence could be devastating. Is the unrivaled league facing a larger crisis with 40% of players already sidelined by injuries? And as you'll see, this injury situation runs much deeper than just one star player. Angel was dominating the court, pulling down rebounds and making plays like only she can, when suddenly that wrist, the same one that's already been through surgery, gave out again. Makes this so devastating is the severity of Angel's reaction. Her face was a canvas of raw pain, like a warrior betrayed by her own armor. At first, she tried to tough it out, staying on the court and attempting to play through the pain. We've seen this from her before. Angel's a fighter, always putting her team first, but this time was different. You could see it building, the grimace with every movement, the way she kept favoring that wrist until finally she couldn't hide it anymore. The emotion erupted when she reached the bench. There she was, one of the toughest competitors in basketball, holding her wrist, fighting back tears. This wasn't about a missed shot or a bad call. This was about her career flashing before her eyes. Some viewers immediately jumped online, claiming she was exaggerating. But medical experts watching that footage pointed out all the classic signs of a serious Ranger. The way she protectively cradled her wrist, her guarded body language, and that unmistakable look of recognition. The terrifying moment when an athlete realizes, I've done this before, and I know exactly how bad this could be. The timing couldn't have been worse. Her team was in a close battle, the kind of game where Angel's rebounding makes all the difference, yet she had to leave the court. Angel Reese doesn't exit games unless something is truly wrong. Fast forward to now, Angel walking around with a wrist brace consistently. That tear-streaked moment was more than personal agony. It foreshadowed the grim future facing her season and potentially altered the entire landscape of the league. While everyone's focused on the brace, they're missing the real story. This is an Angel's first rodeo with wrist surgery. That brace she's been wearing for over a week signals something is seriously wrong. When doctors see a player still wearing protective gear that long after an injury, they're planning for a potentially lengthy recovery process. First, consider her previous recovery time frame. Did you get that? September injury, November return. That's 2 months of recovery for her first wrist surgery. Now consider the additional risk this time. Medical experts consistently warn that second injuries to the same area are more complicated than the first. The compromised tendons and weakened ligaments mean that this isn't just an injury. It's a ticking time bomb with reduced healing capacity and diminished structural integrity. What makes this particularly concerning is what Angel does on the court. She's a rebounding machine. Every time she grabs a board, she puts immense pressure on those wrists. Every box out, every fall, every battle in the paint creates stress on the exact spot that's already been surgically repaired. It's like asking someone with a recently healed broken leg to start jumping hurdles.